Trained by day, Kyle Wigginton podcast by night, all day.
If you're a woman under the age of like, let's say 23, I'm probably not paying attention to you. You're practically not even human to me. If you're a woman and you don't weigh at least like 110 pounds, you probably don't exist to me.
Why does their weight have anything to do with it, Malcolm?
Because like if I could hurt you without even trying, you're a problem for me, and I don't want you around me. If you're like frail, I can't.
So that's what they were saying.
Wait,
I can't believe you didn't hear this conversation.
I was not paying attention.
So anytime that I hear a woman go, "Oh, I could beat his ass," I'm like, it's like my brain automatically goes, "Who's saying this?" Because I'm sure there are some rugby bitches out there that could beat my ass.
Oh yeah.
But there were three like
skinny ass,
like 90 pound, like 23-year-olds outside talking about. I wouldn't
even say 23. They look like 19.
Well, they're 20. At least 21. Okay.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
We're at a bar.
Yeah.
Let's not do
that. Makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't know how often your guys are checking IDs.
God damn, you hear this fucking guy? Do you enjoy doing this?
You just threatened myself on the pod.
No, if the business shuts down, the podcast
business isn't going to shut down. We check IDs here, okay?
Anyway, these three young girls were outside talking about how they could beat their friends' asses, and their friends are men, and they're sitting next to this motherfucker right here.
Big man Blastoise.
Talking about how they can beat anyone's ass. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Yeah. Like, this guy could just do this.
I could sit on you and you go into cardiac arrest. So, like, ladies, stop that shit. Stop. Like, one of me can take 3 average size of y'all, maybe even 4. Like, it's not even a comparison. We're built for destruction. We're built to work. Y'all are built to bear children and keep the home. And I know y'all hate that fact, but it's literally a fact. Like, y'all have to understand, y'all got juiced. Your lives used to be nothing but fucking easy street. And now y'all talking about y'all can do all the stuff men can do. It's not supposed to be done. That's why men exist. It's not.
So I think what I'm going to do next time that happens is I'm going to have something heavy like sitting there and be like, try to pick this up.
Just get like a 25-pound plate. Like
just be like, lift
hold this. Let me see how long you can hold this without complaint.
Yeah. Oh shit! What were you were just making a point, and I was like, I have something to add to that.
Women believing that they can beat us up, like they were supposed to keep the household and watch the children and make sure the household still function as like a communal unit. And y'all said, we want to go to the workforce, and we let your ass in the workforce, and you're not happy with that.
I guess I just don't understand the like delusion of like whenever I see a large animal, large man, whatever it is, I'm like, dude, that'd be a fucking fight.
Yeah.
You know? I'm not like I could beat their ass.
No, not like even if it's a dude that's my same size and like it would probably be a good fight. I'm like, I don't want to do all that work.
Yeah, so there was a guy a while back, and he was basically talking about how women said that he has no self-control. And he's like, the only reason anyone in this room is still alive right now is because I have self-control. Like, I'm bigger and stronger than all of you. If I wanted to, you would all be dead. Yep. But my self-control is keeping you alive.
Yep.
And I was like, it's a great point.
Yeah, I mean, like, it is weird to bring it up that way, but how many instances in your life where you've had to go somewhere you didn't want to be or be around people you didn't want to be around and be like, I could murder all of you right now and go home, have a good meal before they cart me off to the loony bin, and I'll lose no sleep over it. But because I want to go through that hassle, you get to live today.
I don't know what this fucking guy's talking about. I've never had that at all. You guys might want to keep an eye on him.
Hey, look. If I ever crash out, it was a completely justified crash out. I promise you. I'm not just gonna start fucking shit up for no reason.
Well, yeah, you're level-headed, dude.
Oh yeah, but like, trust me, my villain origin story starts with an epic crash out.
So I don't know if I might have told you this before, but for the podcast's sake, one night I'm in the bar, right? And this is also about guys not having emotional control. Because like there are fucking guys that are weird as shit, but I think a lot of these guys that are messed up in the head are probably taking like steroids and shit. So it's like fucking with their like own mental capacity. So I'm in the bar one night, walking in with this girl, cute girl. And not this bar, it was a bar on Bourbon Street. And as soon as we walk in, we go straight to the bar to get a drink. And this guy, we walked past him. I like noticed his presence because he's like 6'8" and like just massive. Like you can tell this guy's he's juiced out of his mind.
Mm-hmm.
And he had another guy standing right beside him that was about the same build, another big fucking guy. So you walk by these dudes, you just know, right? So we go into the bar, and then I realize that guy's trailing me. The 6'8" dude's trailing me. Yeah. And so I'm like 6'3", 6'4", and I'm looking up at this guy. That's how big he is. And I was like, what's up? And he's like, do we have a problem? And I was like, what are you talking about, dude? I'm just trying to get drinks. He's like, do we have a problem? And I said, just like this. And he's like, the two big guys in the bar thought we might have a problem. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, I'm just getting a fucking drink. And he's like, oh, okay, well, let me buy your drinks. I'm like, what is going on in this dude's fucking head? He went from like fight mode to like, let me buy your drinks.
Yeah. Y'all gotta leave them drugs alone. They fucking with y'all. I steer away from all people that are blatantly on steroids. Mm-hmm. So back in Baton Rouge, there was this guy who was in the kickboxing gym I used to go to, juiced out of his fucking gills. And he'd like, it's always somebody that's like, let's roll, let's go. I'm like, no, nigga. No. And there's also this old man who would always come spar, but he had his pistol on him at all times. And like, I asked Coach Russell, like, why does he get to bring his gun in here? He's like, he's an old man. He's like, he's an old war vet. I ain't gonna tell an old dog not to bring his gun in.
He's got nothing to lose. He'll pop us off.
Dude, and like there was one day where the steroid dude and the old man were about to spar.
Oh no.
And I was like, if he hits him just a little too hard, we about to see a fucking murder. Yeah. So like, I was like, I'll spar with him. And it was like fucking wrestling with a cinder block. I hated every second of it. I hated it.
Guy?
Yes, the dude with the steroid. It's like, it's not human. It's not human tissue. It's weird. It's chemicals. It's fucking weird. And it's like, the best thing you could do is stay either behind them or like stay quick enough to where they can't grab you. Because if they get a hold of you and you're not fighting dirty, you're fucked. Now, like, granted, in a street fight where it's like literally my life in danger, I'm gonna fight dirty. So like, there's thumbs to the eyes, there's like an elbow to the neck, like there's dirty things you can do to defeat a bigger opponent. But if it's a fair fight, there's not much you can fucking do once they get a hold on you.
Yeah, like, isn't it crazy that you can just take some chemicals and make your body that?
I don't think it's crazy at all. I think it's bullshit that we haven't gotten to a point to where we can do that without damaging our bodies and minds long term, because ultimately the point of human existence is to learn how to manipulate our environment to our advantage. So it's good to me that we have developed a way to make our bodies grow stronger with the aid of said chemical. But I just hate the fact that if you do this particular chemical, it'll damage you long term. There has to be a way to incorporate, like the same way people microdose shrooms, there has to be a way to microdose steroids to where it's not damaging your body long term. I don't hate it. I think that's technological advancement, because like if it ever got to a point where we would temporarily have gills or be able to breathe underwater, I'm all for that type of shit. I'm all for human modification without the threat of corruption or
never
hacking.
gonna happen.
Yeah. Oh no, it's never gonna happen because they're trying to put chips in your brains right now. But
would you really want those people walking around every day? It's like superhumans walking around.
It's going to happen. It's happening right now. We just don't know about it.
I don't think it ever will, though. I think it's the point of like what's going on right now.
There's people walking this earth right now that could be seen as quote unquote superhuman. Bro, they just stay underneath the radar.
Don't tell anybody.
I mean, dude, I go down a lot of rabbit holes, and I know like there's people with like legit fucking telekinesis, and there's people that can legit move items without touching them. There's people who can pick up a book, flip through the pages, and have the whole knowledge of it in their heads for the kids that are fucking mathematical savants at birth. Like that, there's people out there with abilities we'll never even ever be able to understand.
Why do you think they have these abilities?
I mean, maybe something messed up whenever their consciousness was being transferred to the physical realm. Maybe they are just chosen to have these abilities at this time. I know a dude with a fucking photographic memory. All he has to do is stare at it for like 5 seconds and it's in there.
That's dope.
And it's crazy to me. I thought he was bullshitting until he fucking got his PhD recently. I never watched him study. I never watched him.
He just looked at the page.
Dude, it's just so weird how he remembers shit. He saw my ID once and was able to find my apartment. And I was like, dude, I've seen your ID so many times and I cannot tell you where you live to save my fucking life.
Bro, it sounds like you might have just like discovered a serial killer.
I mean,
he's looking at female IDs and is like, address, done.
No, he's pretty solid, I want to say. He spends all his monies on hookers and cocaine, but
oh, okay. See, I think
he's pretty solid.
Okay, so like what is he doing with this superpower?
He's a computer software engineer, senior something. Some fuck, and he got his PhD recently. So like,
and all he does is bang hookers and cocaine.
He works, he games. Whenever he feels the need to go out, he goes to the strip club. He finds a girl who's down, and then they do what they do. And like and the funny thing is, he's not even the only one. He's in a group of computer software engineers that flip strippers together.
Whoa.
Yeah, dude, they live in wild. They live in crazy.
Okay. So hear me out. If you have these humans that have these superpowers, right? And they get swept up by the system, first of all, computer software engineer, whatever, they're basically working a job that they're probably not actually living up to their full potential in. And then they're also just, chasing cheap dopamine, orgasms, and cocaine. Mm-hmm. Like, I think that's kind of the point of what this system is designed for, because here's the way I look at the planet. I look at the planet like it's a human body. And right now the planet's sick. So what's it doing? It's releasing its antibodies. And the antibodies are these humans with these like superhuman abilities. Mm-hmm. And what they're supposed to be doing is fighting the infection that is making the planet sick. But instead they're chasing this cheap dopamine.
Maybe and on that same vein, it's like so if we were to look at the planet as a living organism that's trying to like cure itself of a surface nuisance, that's what George Carlin says. It's we got the weather. The weather's being crazy. We don't know whether it's gonna be hot or cold. We got snow earlier this year. There's a hurricane brewing in the ocean right now. Wildfires are happening in Greece and California. There's supposed to be a new virus coming out of China that. Dude, it's funny that you did that, because whenever I heard that news and I did that, everybody looked at me like I was fucking insane. Everybody looked at me like I was like losing my mind. But I'm like, yes, I understand COVID killed a lot of people. And I don't know. Like the way they explain it to us is that COVID killed a lot of people. But for me personally, if once I found out the government was going to take care of our bills, I was like, all right, I need to break away from these motherfuckers anyway.
Well, I think it was the thing that killed a lot of people was malpractice and the, unforsaken thing to say.
Yeah. I mean,
I think those were the things that actually killed people. I think that if we wouldn't have had those two things happen, a lot of people would be okay.
I don't know. This video is already getting demonetized since we said the word COVID. So.
Good. Let's get into Crowley and let's get into fucking sex magic.
See, we could have got money from talking about Crowley, because like that seems to be a pretty hot button issue.
The shorts that we'll cut up, we'll cut the CBID stuff out.
Touche.
Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, I think that, yes, the planet is a living organism, and we're declining our population on our own. Like every single nation, well, not every single, but pretty much every single nation is going through some type of birthing crisis right now. Yeah. And they want to see it as like as a environmental thing, but it's like, no, dude, it's socioeconomic. You have made having children no longer joyous, no longer fulfilling. You have turned it into yet another fucking burden and a bill. Like for a guy to have a baby with a woman, especially in America, he has to fully trust her, because what you're doing is, number one, you're making half of a whole human being with half of a person you probably met and only known for a year, which is risky within itself. Number two, if this relationship goes south, she's going to be able to take you to court for a crazy amount of child support for while this child is
Child support.
Yeah, like number one is child support. Don't get me wrong. I think the child support laws are absolute goddamn bullshit, and I hate that people don't see that they've commoditized and monetized every single thing that's supposed to give us joy in life. Having kids was supposed to be the absolute pinnacle of like building a family, a social unit that you want to care for and see grow and protect and cultivate. It's not like that anymore. It's very fucking sad. I hate that. In middle school, I started to notice that having a kid became a super negative thing because there was a lot of teen moms at my middle school. And these girls would get like teased or ridiculed or talked about behind their back all the time. And it puts it in your head, they put it in my head at an early age, like, oh, I shouldn't never have a kid. Getting pregnant is awful. Like, and that shouldn't be the way it is. You should live in a community of people that would be happy that a new life is coming into their fold and they'd all want to welcome it and cultivate. It takes a village. It takes a fucking village. But we've turned it into this demonized, commoditized way to get money and have the courts involved. And it's just sad to me. Because like that was the whole goal in life. Once we start talking about Crowley, you'll realize like he died an old man at 72, happy and content because one of his followers fell in love with him, proposed to him that they should have a child together. She had a son and he fell in love with that child and he gave up his old ways. All that crazy shit he was doing, he gave it all up once he had a son. Once he had a family unit, he was like, this is happiness. This is true enlightenment.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, dude. Like at the end of the day, he settled down to be a family man because he got addicted to heroin. I want to say maybe in his 50s.
Dude, I don't know how people do that shit. I haven't done heroin, but I've done enough of kratom. They say it's like a heroin experience.
Really?
And it was not good.
Yeah, I never touched kratom. I know a dude who he'll do kratom, but he won't touch weed. And I'm like, nigga, come on.
Well, like if you do like a small amount of kratom, it's like a stimulant. It's like an upper. Mm-hmm. But if you do too much kratom, it's bad.
Really?
And one day someone was like, dude, drink one of these. And I was like, how many servings is in this? Because the serving size wasn't on it. Yeah. It was like a little bitty thing. And he's like, oh, let's drink the whole thing. And I'm
trying
like,
to get you hooked. So.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not doing that. He drank the whole fucking thing.
I couldn't do it.
I just did half of it and I was like zonked, man. Yeah.
No, back when I used to work at the head shop, they used to have these things called OPMS, some shit like that.
I think that's what it was.
These little fucking vials. They're $20 a pop.
Yeah.
And I'd have lawyers and doctors and cops coming in there buying like flats of them.
Yeah.
It's insane.
That's what it was, dude. I fucking hated it.
Dude. So I tried it once and only once, but I hate the taste. I don't like it. Then they told me that you're supposed to mix it in with tea, and I was like, I don't want to have to do all that. If I got to do all this preparation for it, my body doesn't need it inside.
So Crowley was addicted to heroin.
He developed a heroin addiction. Yes. This is towards when his money started. He got a bunch of inheritance money after his mom died. And by the time his inheritance money started to run out, he developed a heroin addiction and he had to like do crazy shit to make ends meet. I want to say towards his 50s because I know he died in his 70s for sure. And he died of like bronchitis or some shit like that.
What was the crazy shit he was doing to make money at that point in time?
He was either writing for people, giving lectures, stealing, or maybe some sexual favors, maybe. I don't know. But he was like, you do what one can whenever you can't make any money.
Was he hitting that sex magic at that point in time? Was that whenever people
I don't think anybody wanted to have sex with him to make the magic besides that girl.
So all the stuff that I've ever heard with Crowley is that he was bad and he was like doing all this like negative shit, like adding poop to like sex magic and shit. Yeah. That's all I've ever heard about him. But then I read some of his books and I'm like, this guy was a fucking genius, man. Like the stuff he was talking about, it was just like on a different level of thought.
Well, that's the thing. He stole a lot of his ideas and thoughts from the time that he was in the Golden Dawn. So a lot of the stuff that you may be reading is things he may have picked up whenever he was a member of the magical order. And then so what happened was he was in the magical order in London. and he was studying so hard, and it was a big deal to pay somebody for magical knowledge. So his loophole was he would give some of the members free lodging at this estate that his family owned in exchange for advanced magical knowledge that he normally wouldn't get to unless he reached the next level. So he finally got to a level to where he could learn, like, I guess, the really good shit. And the people of the London chapter were like, no, you're not ready for that. And they also feared, like, you're trying to do black magic. You're trying to, like, just straight up go right off the rails with no morality or anything like that and just destroy the world. So once they told him in London that, no, you're not going to get to the next level, this is as far as we plan on letting you go, he left and went to the chapter in France. And he talked to the dude who was the head of the chapter in France. And he got a little certificate of approval to go to that next level of magical teachings. He went back to London to show them the certificate from the head czar or wizard or whatever the fuck you want to call him from France as proof that, yes, I am approved to get to the next level. My knowledge right now is at a level to where I can accept anything else you guys can teach me. And the London chapter again told him, fuck no, we're not teaching you that. So he locked them out of the Golden Dawn and laughed at them. And then they finally kicked him out of the Golden Dawn.
Like, what could these idiots have that's so important?
Apparently, it was the good shit. So basically, from my understanding, is the Order of the Golden Dawn got a lot of their magic or spells or practices from translated texts from the Kabbalah, Sanskrit, and something else. They just translated all these ancient texts that were like in Sumeria or whatever somebody had, and then they were able to put some of those rituals into practice and sometimes get results. But the whole thing about the Golden Dawn is they thought that they had a huge belief that in order to implement any of these practices, you have to be of sound mind, body, and spirit.
Absolutely.
So like yoga was a big thing. Meditation was a big thing. Exercise, diet, all that encompass how strong your magic would be and how you would be able to convey your intent to the universe to receive whatever gift you were trying to get out. And Crowley, he did all that stuff. And like I said, he was also like giving people free places to stay so he could get extra lessons in, which was supposed to be a huge no-no. I think he pissed people off because he was advancing so far, so fast. Mm-hmm. And also a lot of people in the order did not trust his morality when it came to the knowledge that they had. And I like the dude, Bram Stoker and L. Ron Hubbard, the dude who created Scientology, they were also in the Golden Dawn. But
do you think it's just because of the methods he was using to extract the information rather than actually going through the proper channels?
No, it was his personality. Okay. People did not trust Crowley.
But he was also like a rich kid. What we were talking about this earlier.
Rich kid.
Yeah. So this is the difference between Rudolf Steiner and Aleister Crowley, because they're both at the same time. Mm-hmm. Rudolf Steiner was like more like holistic and like trying to heal the world, where Crowley, born in a rich family, was just wanting power.
He's probably tainted.
Yeah.
His soul is definitely tainted. Yeah, I can definitely see that for sure.
Yeah, I agree with what the Golden Dawn are saying. That from a lot of the stuff that I've read and learned is that you do have to like be a pure body and soul to actually like reach to harmonize with the universe. That's kind of what it is, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And that's how you get your shit done, you know? Like, I want a tornado to come down and blow this building away. Let me harmonize with the universe.
Yeah. No, because like, especially if you cross-reference some of the shit that Crowley was practicing with the Project Gateway from the CIA, the shit sounds very fucking similar.
Yeah.
All you have to do is just resonate at a specific frequency, and then you'll be able to unlock things that you weren't privy to beforehand. It's like, and that's the cool thing I found out about it, because I only know about Crowley because I wanted to get more into meditation. And there's a dude called Duncan Trussell. And that Duncan Trussell dude, he's a huge Crowley fan. But he also has a lot of regret because he's like, dude, if I wanted to get into this, I'd have to go back to college. I'd have to fucking learn Latin. I'd have to change up my diet and exercise routine all over again. And Duncan Trussell's like 50 something. So that's why he's like, nah, I'm not doing all that.
Well, more for me. Yeah. So okay. This is going to also get back into the unfavorable territory. So Rudolf Steiner, one of the things he says about the V's, you know, the V's?
The V's, the vampires?
No. The VAXs.
Oh,
yeah. So one of the things he says about those is that the reason that they're giving them to people is to make them sick. So if your body is sick your entire life with like an autoimmune disorder, then you're not ever going to be able to achieve this level of purity to do these things. So whenever they give you one of these V's, they have these adjuvants in them. So it's like, you know, mercury, things like this that stimulate your immune system. And when that does, whatever is a foreign body to your immune system that's inside of your body is going to cause an allergic reaction for the rest of your life. And that's where an autoimmune disorder comes in.
So you think your body's just like constantly fighting some type of infection?
Absolutely. So for instance, whenever I was young, I had an allergic reaction to leather. So you could extract from that whenever I got my young V's, that I had leather on my body. And then my body went, oh, this is bad. Every time this touches the body, we need to have an immune reaction. So anytime I wore like shoes or something, like leather shoes, my body would break out. So that could be like a lifelong ailment.
Yeah.
And I think that could be one of the reasons. That's what he was saying, is that the reason they're doing this is to cut you off from your soul.
No, I see. Whenever you sit down and you think about how much preservatives is in our food, how much metals are in our food, how much we don't even know, like half the time what we're eating is what they tell us. Like we go to a restaurant and they say it's beef, could be cat for all we know. We don't know how to identify the meat. We have a texture and a flavor to compare it to in our brains. But if that initial flavor wasn't what it was, then we'd never know. So when you think about like the microplastics in the water, the pollution in the air, I think all of this shit is terraformed to like cut us off from the source. Personally, that's what I believe. I believe like the world is like modified or curated in a way to where we always forget that at the end of the day, this planet was built for us. It provides everything that we would literally ever need to survive on it. Like if you look around, everything that you see came from some other element that was already on the earth. None of this would be possible if it wasn't already here. Even if it's an asteroid that lands on this planet, it becomes a part of the whole itself. So I believe that the way that we do things so far is to make sure that we never connect with the source, whatever the source is when it comes to like life or energy or positive energy or whatever the fuck it is. We don't get to tap into it because our world has been polluted and all those toxins are in our body. So the frequency that we need to resonate on is further away from our grasp.
Well, I'll tell you something else. I think even the mental aspect of that, I think a lot of people are mentally cut off from the fact that they are animals that come from the woods. Like they're like, no, we're humans. We come from the cities. We come from this. And it's like, no, you're not. You're an animal that used to live on this planet. Now we've built cities and things. Like you're not any different from that cat that's walking around right now.
Yeah. No, I can't think of it, but there's a tribe in the Amazon that they still do all their traditional ways of like building clothing and housing and hunting, and they keep their folklore and everything, but they do have internet. Like there's a hut that they have out there with a satellite link, with internet and like with games and everything. But it's like they keep it to a minimum. Like they don't want to be completely cut off from the rest of the world, but they do want to keep their own traditional values and the way they do things. And
I like that.
Like that. So I thought that was very interesting because in my mind, I was always thinking like, yeah, they're an uncontacted tribe. They don't have any of the stuff. Like, no, they have access to all that shit. They just choose not to engage.
Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of the same way the Amish are too.
Yeah.
It's like they will have cell phones, but they keep them like in a certain location, like away from like all the other stuff. And they have to go to that place to use the cell phones.
Yeah. No, the funny thing about Amish thing, I watched a brief little summary of this documentary they did on Amish people, but they get asked like, hey, why don't you guys use cars? Why do you use house and buggy and stuff like that? And they were like, because if we had a car and let's say somebody's barn gets destroyed, we'd be able to get it like built within like 3 days. But because we don't let ourselves use that type of technology every day, whenever tragedies happen in our community, that means we all have to come together and actively work towards solving this problem. And it's like it can turn into a week or 2 week long project. And once we're done, we have a feast. We celebrate. We're all together. We did that together. And it's when you think about it, that's fucking cool as shit. That's what we're missing in these cities. Seriously. That's legit what we're missing. I'm guilty of it myself. If I go down to the French Quarter and I see a dude fall down, I want to help him up, but 9 times out of 10, I'm not gonna do that because like you don't know if you're gonna get sued. You don't know how they're gonna react. Like you could see somebody fall, walk towards them, try to pick them up, like you pushed me. I'm like, dude, I was all the way over here. It's like you want to help, but I get in my own head about like how it could go wrong. And I hate that about myself. I hate that about this society or whatever. But I feel as if we had more communal things like that, a lot of the problems that we have would be solved. If we knew beyond a shadow of a doubt that we could count on our neighbors, we could tell them our deepest, darkest secrets without them going next door and telling everybody else. Or if it wasn't so shameful to actually have a problem and not have the answer and be able to rely on other people without it blowing up in your face later on, that would be such a huge help. That would, if any city needed it, it's definitely New Orleans.
That's what I love about coming from a small town. Yeah, is because I saw that whenever I was growing up, and I still see it. Like it's still that way in a small town. I think it's just whenever you get so many humans in a population, they don't know who to trust. There's actually an experiment about this. It's like the mouse utopia experiment.
Yeah, we talked about that before.
So I mean, like. It's basically mirroring what humanity goes through whenever they're living in.
Well, that's the thing with the mouse experiment. Yes, it's interesting how those mice reacted, and like it's cool to parallel like what's going on in cities and what's going on with the mouse experiment. But the thing is, the guy who was doing the mouse experiment was trying to make a mouse utopia where they needed nothing. That's not the same for humans.
What's different?
We have needs that will never get fulfilled by some mighty mythical overlord just giving us shit every single day.
Okay, so you have to
like we work on basically a social meritocracy because there's ways to hack the system. Like I said, whenever I moved here, the first cab driver I ever had, it's like this city is who you know and who you blow, and like. So even if you don't have the technical know-how or the degrees or anything like that, if you know the right people, you can get into the right places.
That's why the city's falling apart.
That's exactly why it's fucking falling apart. Whenever we found out I found out Ancora was shutting down, Apolline shutting down.
What is that?
Apolline is this bomb. It used to be this bomb-ass brunch spot right on Magazine. It's been open ever since I moved here.
Restaurants are starting to close?
Restaurants on fucking Magazine Street are shutting down. What? That's how you know shit's bad. Yeah. Like, that's how you know shit. Like, and they're shutting down right when the college kids are coming back.
Yeah, it's bad.
So they didn't even have enough money to like hold down the fort to hopefully have more business come in.
Right.
That's the scary thing. And I don't know. I'm like 2 or 3 more business shutting down, and I'm like, it's time to get the fuck out of here, dude.
Yeah, go to a small town.
I might, but that's the thing. If I move to a small town, where I'm gonna find a wife? Like, I don't.
Oh, bro, they're there.
They're there, but it's like, do you really want to live? I don't know.
I would say even no offense, ladies in the city, but I would say that you're going to find your wife in a small town before you find your wife in the city.
Oh yeah, I'm tired of these city girls.
Yeah.
All offense, ladies.
Okay, no.
City girls.
They're spicy and they're sweet, okay? I think we know who I am.
I think they're spicy and they're stale.
Dang. Am I stale?
No, I'm talking about women.
Why are we talking about in the podcast? They're spicy and they're sweet. Like you're being mean to these city girls?
Sweet. I'm more of savory flavor, if you will. I would say spicy.
Bro, you burnt. What are you talking about? You burnt. Anyway, so how do we get on this? I think we're talking about Aleister Crowley.
We were talking about Crowley. And that's another thing too. If I did live in a small town, I'd have nothing but peace and quiet to do some of these fucking rituals. Because he bought a cottage out in the fucking woods and flooded it with his buddies, and all they were doing is like sex, magic, and drugs. That's what you have to realize.
But in a small town, you don't want to say these things.
Oh, I think they were being very quiet about it up until like the place got way too unruly. Like,
yeah, there's a reason that small towns are such a beautiful place to raise children and like find a family. It's because this stuff doesn't exist in small towns. Like if I went back to my hometown and started talking about Aleister Crowley and sex magic and numerology and things, they'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? Are you the devil?
Damn witch.
Yeah.
That was a damn witch.
So like whenever I go home and if some of these people watch this, like they'll know that I'm a very different person whenever I'm in Arkansas.
I don't know. See, I come from Baton Rouge, and I may have been on like the impoverished side of the city, but it was still the city.
Red Stick.
Huh?
The Red Stick, Baton Rouge.
Yeah, Baton Rouge. But every time I go to a small town and I know it's a small town, I always get the vibe of like, I gotta get the fuck up out of here.
What is your definition of a small town? Like how small is small to you?
I want to say if the population is under like 2,500, that's pretty small.
Okay.
If it's like under 2,500 people, that's enough for everybody to know everybody, or at least like know somebody through the grapevine.
Yeah.
Like I'm talking about those towns where it's like, there's like maybe 2 pharmacies, one place to get your car fixed, like maybe a Walmart, and it's not even a whole Walmart. It's like half a Walmart.
Yeah, we have a thing called Food Giant where I'm from. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not Walmart, but it's kind of the same thing. We have 2 pharmacies. Yeah, everyone knows everyone.
One post office.
One post office.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
But like once again, there's something so cool about living in a place like that, because if you ever have an issue, you know a person you can call and be like, hey, I can get this done for cheap.
I'm surprised you've never thought to do like an outbreak or a zombie type movie at your hometown. It sounds like the perfect place to do like a fucking ground zero invasion type of scenario.
I've thought about it.
Cause like, dude, so there's a new movie with Idris Elba and John Cena where like one plays like the prime minister and one plays like the president. And it's one of those movies where the whole movie is null and void because of the existence of cell phones. But whenever they crash land on their plane, I'm spoiling the movie, their plane crash lands and Idris Elba's like, no cell phones, no fucking cell phones. If they were able to blow up our plane, they should be able to track us. So he like gets rid of their phones. And so from there, the movie's just fucking hilarious because like you're thinking like, why don't they just call somebody to pick them up? And like, oh yeah, they can't. Mm-hmm. So, but like in your small town, if you can get rid of the one cell tower, and like a fucking mutant lands into your small town, you can just take it from there. I'm more than sure there's a barn that y'all could use.
Oh, yeah. There's so much good stuff there. I've thought about it, and they recently shot a movie in my hometown. Okay. And it's pretty cool whenever you do a movie in a small town like that because the entire community rallies around it. Yeah. Because it's something they've never been a part of. Yeah. And it's like, this is dope. They kind of tricked my hometown though with this movie because the movie they shot was a World War, or no, it's like a Vietnam film because they have rice fields everywhere, right? So they shot this Vietnam film, and they didn't tell anyone that it was a gay love story. So they were using all these people from the town as like extras in this film. And then they when they watched the film after, it was a gay love story. They shot all that stuff like away from
were they mad?
I don't know if they were mad, but because I haven't really talked to anyone about it. I just thought it was hilarious when they were telling me about the film.
It reminds me of that scene from Borat wherever he's like, are you ready for some hetero guy on guy action? Him and his boyfriend start making out and all the UFC. They're like fucking raging. It's the best scene in the entire movie besides whenever he brings the baby to like all the fat black ladies that think they're on an Oprah show. They're like, where'd you get the baby from? It's like, he's our baby. We just got him. It's like, what's the baby's name? Gaby. Oh, hell. Gaby. You've never seen Borat? No, Bruno. Dude, the movie is...
I've seen like clips from it, and the guy's fucking hilarious. Some of the shit that he gets himself into, I'm like, this is nuts. Like, how is he not dead?
There's certain points where like you watch it and you're like, oh yeah, they were in on the joke. But like for what it is, fucking comedy gold, dude.
Yeah.
If you like the new Happy Gilmore, you're gonna love Bruno if you ever see it.
Yeah. Oh, I do. I've seen clips of it. Like I said, I think the guy is fucking hilarious. Sacha Baron Cohen.
Yeah.
You know what's funny about Sacha Baron Cohen is, and I can't remember if it's his cousin or if it's like a closer relative to his, but is one of the leading researchers in ADHD meds.
What?
Yeah. Dr. Baron Cohen. If you
what the fuck?
it's crazy, right?
Yeah, that's crazy. It's weird how all these celebrities usually have like other celebrity relatives like they never knew about, or like relatives in
Is
government.
it weird or is it coincidence?
It might be. It might, because that whole shit between like the director of the CIA and the creator of Netflix, I found that to be fucking interesting. I need to research that though.
Hang on, say it again. What?
They're supposed, like, I am probably getting this wrong, but there is a person who's a relative of somebody in the CIA that created Netflix. I can't, what's his fucking name? He's known for something. But he's the son of a famous scientist, but he also created Netflix. I got to look it up.
Okay.
I got to look it up.
We'll talk about that one on next podcast.
I got to look it up because like Netflix was made by the CIA. I don't know if y'all know it, but it definitely was. There's ties to the CIA through Netflix.
What would they have? What would they gain from making Netflix?
Propaganda, mesmerize the minds, keep your minds occupied and stop you from thinking about everything else that's going on. Because like you got to think about it. It's infinite. You can binge almost any show that you can think of. And you just sit there zonked out of your mind watching episode after episode after episode while they're laundering money and bombing foreign countries and stealing resources and shit.
Okay.
It's like and plus, since it's connected to the internet, they can always tell like what you're watching, how long you've been watching, where you've been watching, who you've been watching it with. Like it's the Black Mirror, baby. We're staring at it and it's staring at us. That's what it is. But I control what I watch, at least to a certain extent.
Anime, right?
Oh, so much.
You've got me hooked, dude.
Little Shield Hero.
What'd you say?
On Shield, Legend of the Shield Hero.
Well, you got me hooked on anime regardless.
It's
like
good. I'm jealous of the new generation because all their shows are like a million times better. Well, they're flashier and the animation's more fluid than what it was when I was a kid. Like whenever I was a kid, it was DBZ, Cowboy Bebop, Trigun. Trigun was really, oh my God, Trigun's so good. Trigun Stampede, you might want to watch that one.
Okay,
really,
I'll put it on my
really
list.
good.
That's why I had him make me a list a while back because I watched Solo Leveling.
Yeah.
And it was amazing.
Yeah.
And I was like, I need more of this. And I was talking to
Yeah.
him about it one night and he's like, here's a list of the things you should watch. And I've been going through that list. Now I'm on Shield Hero and it's really good. I do see what you mean by season 3 though.
Yeah.
Like I've hit season 3 and it kind of like slows down a little bit because it's almost like we've already done this once.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's like, where are they going to go from here?
Yeah. I'm thinking either next season or maybe this season they'll wrap it up, but I don't know. It's a pretty popular show, but we'll see. But meditation.
Oh, yeah.
How do we do it?
Oh, well, so what does Crowley say about it first? And then I'll give you my interpretation.
So
of
I
meditation.
do not know exactly what Crowley says specifically about meditation. I just know it was in the curriculum for the Order of the Golden Dawn.
Okay.
And it was to prepare your mind to wrap your head around the rituals, the spells, the language that they would be using to implement whatever magical wish they wanted. Like the only thing I know about sex magic is that some people believe that at the very point of orgasm, you can will certain things to happen or will something into existence. Like that's, what are you what are you doing?
I was letting you know, dude. Yeah, keep going.
Well, no, like one of my favorite rappers, and I XXXTentacion, before he got murdered, he was into a lot of this shit too. And that whole Jocelyn Flores story.
Love that song.
You love that song?
Yeah.
You know that girl? Jocelyn Flores was this girl that they used to hang out with back in the day. And supposedly XXX sacrificed her for sex magic.
Nice.
Yeah. So if you go to this old room that it was either his manager or his producer, somebody over his career, there's a bed in his house and there's a pentagram in that house with the bed over it. So they would be fucking girls on this bed for sex magic, generating energy, and then making wishes to be like the biggest producer in the world, the biggest rapper in the world. And then I don't know the whole story. I'm probably getting this wrong. There's actually a documentary on Hulu about it. Somehow this girl ended up dying. And then right after she died, his career fucking blew the fuck up.
But then what happened to him?
Then he got. Then they got him.
This is the problem with doing high level sex magic is anytime you create a spike in the energy field, it comes back to you.
Yeah.
So he got caught up in his own transgressions.
Yeah. But the thing is like whenever he was like 19, he would tell his closest people around him, like, I don't see myself living past the age of like 27.
Yeah, but haven't you said that shit to me?
Huh?
Didn't you say you thought that way when you were younger too?
Yeah, whenever I was younger, because I was big into the occult and I was big into the 27 Club.
Yeah, so maybe he was the same way, right?
But he died before 27.
But that's because he was okay. Okay, so here's what I think. First of all, anytime you want to do these things like, the sex magic stuff, you first have to reach an equilibrium with yourself. You have to be at balance, okay? And you have to do your own work to do that. So karma, your karmic transgressions that you've had in the past, whenever they're coming at you, you have to be able to automatically deal with those to where there's no more coming at you anymore. So once you reach like a state of equilibrium, then what you can do is you can push on the universe. Okay. And so whenever they're pushing on the universe, they're pushing on the universe with certain intentions. And whenever you're doing this, then you're going to accept the consequences because there's going to be consequences because anytime you push, there's going to be another energy come at you. But you can also store this energy up. So one of the things that they're doing in sex magic is they're taking the orgasm or the orgone energy. And that's what happens whenever you express your energy, you express this outward, but they're capturing it. And then they're using that to actually fuel these magical spells. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, no, that definitely makes sense. I just don't know exactly how. Like, exactly how are they using this point of orgasm to generate the energy they need to...
Okay.
And like, how do you store it? Like, do you stop yourself before you orgasm? Because like that gets into tantra.
This might actually like blow up the world if I tell you this. But here we go. You ready? Okay, you're familiar with a sigil?
Yes.
Okay, sigil is basically a circular image or the pentagram what they were using, and then you have a symbol inside of the sigil that is the intention of what you want to happen. Okay. So if you're looking at it right here, it's a piece of paper, a flat piece of paper. But then when you think about it, the earth is moving through time. So you have to extrude the image through time. And then what do you have? You have a cylindrical vessel with the intention inside. So you capture the energy in this vessel, and then you can actually use it to imprint on the upper atmosphere. And then as above, so below rules come into play. So after you imprint on the upper atmosphere, then it imprints back on the earth, and then it happens.
So whenever you say this cylindrical thing, is that more metaphysical or is it an actual physical cylinder that I have to place over the item?
There is no physical symbol. What you're having to do is you have to think about time rather than just think about the physical space. So right now, whenever we're looking at this phone, we go, this is a physical phone in a three-dimensional space, but it's not. It is the imprint of this three-dimensional phone right now moving through time. Same way with you. You're not a physical entity right now. You're an entity moving through time. So every time my brain looks at you, I get a frame of time.
Yeah.
So you have to think about these like two-dimensional objects like they're actually a cylindrical extrusion moving through time. And so whenever you have these orgasms, if they were putting the female in the middle of the pentagram, that's an excellent way to capture the energy. But you can also capture it simply by masturbating and looking at these two-dimensional objects. Because your intention is getting imprinted onto this cylindrical object. And then the energy is inside of this. But we have to really be cautious of is there's no like accurate science of this stuff yet because there aren't many people that are experimenting with these things because they don't even think they exist. I think this it's not like that none of this even makes any sense to most people.
Makes sense to me, which is kind of a scary thought.
But you have to be really careful. It's like the hurricane that's brewing right now.
Yeah.
Like if the wrong person knew these things, which we're probably going to introduce them to it right now, they could take this hurricane and swell it up to be something massive.
Yeah, but it's a good thing it's going to miss us. So it's supposed to miss us.
Okay. So I'm going to turn it tonight. I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna turn the hurricane.
I'm gonna watch the fucking feed and see if you can turn it, but don't turn it towards us.
It'll take me about a week. How long is that? Where's the hurricane at?
Send it somewhere that it needs that needs water. I just know it's not in the Gulf yet. It's still
it's still farther out. I got this.
Way farther out.
I got this.
Way further out. But no, he also in this documentary, I don't know if they edited it yet, but he had a reading list of books. And it was like before he died, he was always talking about like study your laws, the laws of attraction, the laws of abundance, the laws of blah, 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 blah. And like this is a 19-year-old kid talking about this shit. And I think that's why whatever spell he was doing or whatever energy they were resonating on, that's why it had to rebound and snuff him out. Because not only was he using these practices, he was also teaching these practices to the youth at the time. Like, and whenever you have a young, charismatic person leading the youth in an alternate way of, let's even say religion, an alternate religion, the government especially is going to be like, we got to do something about this.
But let's be real about this. Tentacion was into some dangerous shit.
Oh yeah, for sure. And like before he blew up, he was a fucking monster. Like
that's what happens whenever you sell your soul to get something. It's going to come back to collect.
That's literally what he did. That's literally what he said. Out of his own mouth, he said he made a deal with a demon. Like out of his own, like he said that. And it's like, it wasn't until after he died where people started to believe like maybe he did have like some shit going on.
Well, absolutely. I would definitely say he did.
And like whenever you look into the Young Thug arrest, the Diddy files, the Epstein shit, there's always some occult shit in there.
Well, people are going to look at you today and say that you're a cult because of your headband.
What headband?
Like that. The black and white checkered symbols.
Oh, yeah. Mind
It's
control.
Masonic, yeah.
Yeah. I can see that. But no, it's just a headband. My hair is nappy and
sure
I haven't gotten
it
a
is.
retwist.
Sure it is.
I'll show you my nappy ass hair right now. You be like, brother, put it back on. Put it back on.
You're a plant. You're a plant.
I wish. I would be living a way better life than I'm living right now. If I was I'd be living the goddamn Epstein life. I'd have my own goddamn island.
That's what they want you to think, okay? He actually drives a Bentley.
Shit.
I saw him pull up today.
Shit. I skateboarded here. As a 36-year-old man, I had to skateboard here because I don't have a fucking car. I'm the worst plant you could possibly fucking think of. I'm about as average Joe as you could get it. You can take my phone. It's going to tell you I scroll social media, I play Pokemon Go, and I order food. That is like, I am completely harmless. Leave me the fuck alone. Leave me.
So, do you meditate?
I am trying to get into the habit of meditation. That's why I went to the chiropractor. So it used to be sitting up straight like this, made my back like fucking miserable. Now that I went to the chiropractor, I can sit up like this and I can actually like not be in pain. So the second part is quieting my thoughts. I cannot, to save my life, think about nothing or focus on the breath, or it would I verge on being at peace and falling asleep. That's my biggest issue. I don't want to fall asleep. I want to be aware of everything that's going on around me, but I also want to be able to center and focus and invite whatever it is. Because I got a hint of it whenever I was doing that fast. Mm-hmm. When the first, like, I feel bad. I really wanted to go to Kava, but when I ate, it was like a rush of fucking endorphins. Just, dude. It only lasted for like 10 seconds though. That was the sad part. But like when I finally ate, I had steak and eggs. Oh my, bro, I almost came. Like I want to make fasting an everyday thing just to get that feeling again. But you saw how I was. Like, dude, I was like a rabid animal. Like, I gotta eat something.
Yeah. Well, it gets even worse the longer you go. You did 2 days, right?
I did 1 day. That was 1 day. So next time I'm trying to do 2.
Yeah.
And then the next time I'll try to do 3. I don't know if I'll make that 3, dude.
Okay, so when you
I don't know if I'll make that 3.
There's a way to do 3, okay? When you do 3 on day 2 or day 3, you can do day 3. Day 3, add in 1 cup of bone broth.
Okay.
Yeah, because it'll give you those nutrients and minerals that your body's craving so much.
That doesn't count as eating? That's not calories?
I mean, if you can go like all 3 days with only drinking water, then do that. But if you can't, because I have an issue with it too. I fast I try to do like 3 or 4 a year. And whenever I'm doing, I do 3-day fasts.
Mm-hmm.
And on day 3, a lot of times I will add in the bone broth because it just makes it that much easier, but you're still getting that fast.
See, the funny thing is I woke up and I came straight here. I have not eaten a thing. So I'm technically fasting now.
I haven't either. I woke up, I do this every day. I wake up, I go to the gym and work out, and then I go meditate, and then I come here and do my stuff. And I don't reward myself until after I get my work done here. I think of food now as a reward.
See, I think I'd be able to be so much more accomplished if I had a complex gym like yours has.
It's nice.
It is. Like, I think I worked out the most whenever my apartment complex had a gym next to the pool. But now it's just a matter of me forcing myself. I need to go to sleep. I only got 4 hours of sleep because I couldn't sleep last night for some ungodly reason.
I make people nervous. I get it.
No, my sleep pattern has just been fucked up since I haven't had like an actual job in a while. But I only had 4 hours of sleep. And also I want to start waking up at 6:30, get a 30-minute jog in, go home.
See, I can't do that.
Really?
Yeah, I don't
wake up early.
Yeah, I don't get the people that say you got to wake up at 4 a.m. to be the best.
Well, I don't think I have to. I think I'd have a more productive day if I went to bed at the previous night and woke up earlier.
I just think you got to listen to your body. Like some bodies need, and this is a proven scientific thing now, that some bodies were meant to stay awake later.
Yeah.
And then and wake up later.
Well, see, since I went from truck driving to being back in the service industry, I went from that super early AM schedule back to that late night schedule. So my body still doesn't know what the fuck to do. And I feel as if I'm going to actually try my best to get my full body workout done within like 2 hours, the earlier I can wake up and get it done, the better. Because then I'll have the rest of the day to do other shit that I want to do. Because I'm one of those people that like, if I go to the gym and I get a solid workout in, that was a productive day. That was complete. If that's all I did, that was productive. I'm fine with that. Yeah. Now, if I do a 2-hour workout, a full body workout, not even 2 hours, just like an hour. If I do a full body workout and then I'll like go to the library or read or like go to the coffee shop and study something or something like that, that's double the endorphins and everything like that. But bruh, once I fast for 24 hours and then eat, that's almost comparative to sex, almost. But like, it's
it'll get better. So imagine fasting for 3 days and then sleep depriving yourself for a couple of days. And then you go out and you meditate. Like, you can reach such deep states of consciousness, because here's the way I look at it is you know a computer, right? Okay. A computer has only so much processing power. So if it's running all kinds of background processes and shit, then you're not really getting the full capacity of what your machine could do.
Yep.
I think the body's the same way. If your body's running all kinds of background processes, like I'm trying to refill my nutsack because I've been coming all day, I'm trying to digest all this food because I've been eating all day, then you're not getting the full processing power of your machine. But if you can shut down your nutsack regenerating sperm, because you're not coming all the time, if you can shut down your digestive system, then you can actually like start to push the boundaries of your meditations and reach deeper states of consciousness. So, I mean, once you get to those levels, it's crazy, the things you can do.
I definitely want to do it again because it was the first time like my body was like, thank you for the break.
Yeah.
And like, it was the first time I didn't have alcohol in me. I didn't have anything. So I guess my body was just doing a full factory reset of itself.
Well, you're taking back control. I think I said this to you one day. I said, most people eat out of habit.
Yeah.
They don't eat because they're actually hungry. Yeah. They don't even know what being really hungry really means.
Yeah. Most people don't remember that like we used to be hunter-gatherers, and if we didn't catch anything, we didn't eat. Like this whole eating 3 meals a day thing, that's a luxury.
Yeah.
That's a recent luxury. There would be times where like we'd be doing nothing but work until somebody just happened upon something, or we nibble on like little things that we'd find around us. But yeah, we didn't eat full meals every single day.
Well, that's why I said I reward myself. Because back in the day, whenever you were a hunter-gatherer, you had to go out and find some shit to eat. Yeah. So you had to reward yourself with the food that you actually captured or killed or whatever.
Yeah, and people weren't eating, like, people don't understand. We weren't eating that much meat because, like, you got to catch it, then you have to cut it, then you have to cook it, then you have to make sure it's packed in a way to where predators can't find it or it won't spoil. Like meat was a very rare thing. Very fucking rare. And like if society ever fell apart today, yeah, we'd be able to get meat, but who knows how to store it? Who knows how to cut it? Who knows how to check? You know how to kill an animal? You know how to butcher a deer?
Bro, you know where I'm from?
Yeah, but I didn't know you actually I know how to do fish. That's it. I don't know. When it comes to mammals, I don't know none of that shit. I don't know none of it.
Fillet a human, all this stuff.
Like I've even seen my friend like flay a squirrel, and I'm like, I don't even know where to fucking begin with that. Like I don't even know why.
I mean, they're all pretty much the same thing. Even humans, like you take out the digestive tract and then eat everything else. So cut out the organs first. I mean, the organs you can eat some of those, but like mostly you're cutting out the digestive tract, and you make like a slit here, slit down at the butt, and just rip all that stuff out. It's called field dressing.
Don't you have to let it bleed out though?
Well, there are certain meats that you want to, and that's why you have certain meats that are gamey, is because they didn't let it bleed out. And the way you do that is by taking the meat, like quartering it up after you get it all like cut out, quartering it up, putting it into a cooler, and then putting ice over the top of it. And you change the ice out a couple of times and just drain the water, and the blood comes out of it, and then you have just the meat left over. You can definitely eat the blood if you want to, but it just makes or leave the blood in the meat if you want to, but it makes it like a gamey flavor.
Gotcha. No, I might just get a whole deer and just put it right here. That'll be a whole pod where you just like
chop it up, dude. There are certain people that I know in Arkansas, and watching them clean and gut a deer is like a work of art.
Yeah.
Like there's one of my buddies, his name is Jonathan. Watching Jonathan skin a deer is the dopest shit you'll ever fucking experience. Really? He's like a master, and he's like 24 or something. But he's every deer that that my dad and my uncles and everything kill, and he kills, they'll take it to one shop. There's one shop they all like clean their deer at, and he just goes to fucking work, dude. Like they call him as soon as he one of his things he loves to do is to go look for a deer somebody killed.
Wow.
Like he has a little dog too, and anytime someone kills a deer, they'll bring that little fucking beagle out, and that little beagle just runs through the woods looking for blood.
Wow. No, I think since I come from like the restaurant industry myself, the meat usually comes in butchered already, so we don't have to do any of that. But fish, you have to like scale it, cut it, do all that shit to it. And I thought that once I learned how to process fish, I wouldn't enjoy it anymore. Turns out I love it because fish and like humans have like completely different parts or whatever, different soft bits. So I can't associate the same feeling I would get to a fish that I would get to like cutting up a deer.
What's the process of cutting up a fish? Do you not take out the guts first?
Yeah. Like you can get them with the guts already cut out, but I prefer to get them with the guts already cut out. Right. But people who are snobs would say like, no, you get it with the guts in.
But it's kind of the same process though, right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. You make the slit on the belly, you scoop out the guts, you try your best not to burst them because that stuff will ruin the meat. Once you do that, you spray it out really well. First, you cut off the head. I like to flip it over and cut off one side of the back all the way through to the belly, or from the tail to the top of the head. Then you flip it over and do the same process on that next side. Depending on how much excess, if you did a good job, there shouldn't be any excess whatsoever. You'll scrape all of that additional meat off of the ribs.
But do you guys ever keep any of the organs to use in the dishes?
There's like monkfish liver, but like you can buy that, and certain chefs will use that stuff. I do not.
What about like the hearts and things? So you can eat
certain
hearts.
People. Okay. Certain people do. Certain people do that, but I don't like it. It's too irony.
Yeah, some of the organs that you get out of meats, man, they're like so healthy for you. But there's a lot of people that just like scoop them out too and just go for the meat.
I'll do liver. That's about it though.
Oh man, liver, kidney,
no kidneys for me.
Lung,
no lungs for me.
Heart, brain.
No, I can't do it. I can't.
So we had one of our buddies, Amir. He's from Pakistan. When he was here, I was like, I want to cook you guys one of our local dishes. And he went to one of the butchers in town and was like, I would like some goat brains, heart, liver. No, it wasn't liver. It was kidney and one more organ. I don't know what the other organ was. But he made us some stew, some organ meat stew, and then he made brain and eggs with the brains. Dude.
Fire.
Oh my God. And your body responds to that stuff in like a crazy manner.
Yeah.
I think I was telling you this one day too. The girl that got caught out at sea. Did I tell you this?
Mm-mm.
Okay. So there was a woman that got caught out at sea and she had the ability to catch fish and she was stranded at sea, right? So she's catching these fish and initially she only eats the meat, right? But then as the days start going by, she starts craving the organs.
Really?
Yeah, but it was because her body was so hungry and malnourished that her body knew there were nutrients and minerals in this fish. Like it could sense them, it could smell them. So she started craving the organ meats and started eating those more than the actual meat.
That makes sense. Like, because it goes back to that thing about what you said is like, if you cut out everything else, your senses are heightened. So if she's out in the ocean and her sense of smell and she's starving, there's probably something in her brain like, that smells like iron. That smells like magnesium. That smells like zinc. Eat that shit right now.
Yeah, but isn't it crazy that the body knows that shit?
No, because deer, so we always believe like herbivores are pure herbivores. But if an animal is deficient in anything, you'll see, like especially deer, you'll see them eat baby birds. You'll see them, like if they need anything and they can't get it from the grasses that they're enjoying, they'll find it for sure.
Yeah.
So like, I think we all have that survival switch in our brain that just needs to be flipped under the right circumstances.
And it's hunger. I think hunger is the big one.
Oh yeah, hunger or danger for sure. Because like whenever you're learning how to fight, the fear of getting punched in the face helps you die.
Just talking about like strictly from a survival aspect. I know that whenever I was like, I didn't understand at the time, but I was doing these fitness competitions and I was dieting down to like 5% body fat, like crazy body fat, like almost dying body fat. And one day I was driving by a fucking gas station and I could smell the grease. I was like, what smells so delicious right now? And it was the fucking shit they were frying. And I was like, I never in my life would I think that I could be driving by a gas station, windows up, and smell grease.
Yeah. No, it's like, it's amazing what the human body can do once we like hyper focus on something. And that's why I think magic is real. That's why it may not be magic in the sense that like the popular media conveys it as, but there is a way for us to either consciously or subconsciously manipulate the world around us with intent. There is a way to do it. I just don't fucking know it because I haven't cracked open the books.
I just told you, dude.
Yeah. And like now that we have, I
told all of you.
No, that's the thing. If this video gets taken down or corrupted in any way, we'll know.
Well, we did talk about a lot of risque stuff.
We'll know.
It could either be the ings.
What?
The ings, bro.
The ings.
Ings. VAXIN.
Oh.
The ings.
Yeah.
There's so many ways you can say it now.
Yeah. I like the way that people change the way you say smortion.
Oh my God. Hey, is that a true thing that they're shutting down all the Planned Parenthoods?
They did that. That's done.
It's done?
It's done, son.
What?
They crazy. Like.
But that also is a money thing though, right?
So I don't know if it was Planned Parenthood.
I was trying to get someone to come on the podcast talk about. I haven't found anyone yet.
You should.
If anyone out there worked for Planned Parenthood, come on here and tell me the story.
Because I used Planned Parenthood and I never got a smortion in my life. If it wasn't for Planned Parenthood.
What did you use it for?
They do. That's the thing people don't understand. Like Planned Parenthood provided like testing and vaccinations and antibiotics and shit for guys as well. Like it was a place, if like say you had a one night stand with a girl and you don't know anything about her and then she leaves after y'all do it and you wake up and you feel kind of itchy down there, you just go to Planned Parenthood.
Nasty New Orleans.
Granted, that's never happened to me.
Right. Yeah. That was a totally hypothetical story Malcolm just told.
I have never gotten the itchy gitchy from anyone in New Orleans. I can proudly say that. But no, there's
So I didn't know they did all that though. I thought it was just like
it was like $70 and they do your blood work and everything. They test you for everything. And then they test you and be like, yeah, it sounds like you got da-da-da. We have it here. Just come in and we'll treat you. And that'll be an additional $20. Like, cool.
Yeah,
perfect.
Super cheap.
Like, I loved Planned Parenthood. I didn't like the smortion aspect of it, but I also appreciate stem cell research. And that's where a lot of that shit came from. That's a lot. Like that's where the stem cells came from.
So where do all the hood rats go now that they don't,
These
to get their
janky ass free clinics that don't clean shit with the homeless people. Like there's one in Baton Rouge right across the street from the Greyhound bus. Fucking disgusting. Fucking like there's nothing but homeless people camping out around it. When you go in, it smells like bologna and used needles.
Oh my God.
You gotta wait hours for somebody to see you. When you finally get let back there, the seats are all sticky. It's like,
no.
Yeah, dude, it's awful. It's awful. Like Planned Parenthood was actually professional. It felt professional. It felt clean. It felt like I'm not gonna die when I'm here. They gave out free condoms. They gave out sex education literacy classes. They would have pamphlets for single mothers that couldn't afford daycare. Like they were a resource that was like actually helping people. And I know all the things about eugenics and where it came, like how Planned Parenthood got started and why they have so many of them in impoverished Black neighborhoods.
Were they trying to kill Black babies?
At a certain point in time, yes, Planned Parenthood was meant for eugenics, was meant for the culling of, oh yeah. At a certain point in time, I can't think of her name. The lady who started Planned Parenthood, whatever the fuck she was a huge eugenicist and she hated Black people. She really fucking hated Black people. But yeah, there was a reason why most Planned Parenthoods were set up in impoverished Black neighborhoods. But if you looked at the data, the same thing that was going on that's going on in the UK was happening in the US. It was more white women having abortions than it was women of color. Mm-hmm. And that's exactly why Trump and his whole administration was like, we got to put a stop to that. So
was it federally funded? Is that why they shut down?
I think they may have gotten some type of government assistance or something like that. I think they may have. The same thing with PBS. Like they're trying to get rid of PBS as well.
What?
Yeah. Craziness. Like insanity. Like if it wasn't for PBS, I would not be here sitting here talking to you. I'd be in Angola right now. Like, yeah, he's dismantling all the public services that actually help people.
Like there's got to be a reason, right?
Because they want to keep America what? That's the reason, I'm telling you.
But America's like a smorgasbord.
It's a smorgasbord now, and there's like some fucking there's a graph that shows the growth of Caucasian Americans versus the growth of Black and brown Americans.
We're declining.
And because Mexico is right fucking there, and we've been letting people in for the past, 300 years or whatever, white people are slowly on the decline.
Okay.
And people of color are slowly on the incline.
Okay, well, hear me out. This is gonna get kind of sus, but
yeah.
What if we stopped giving welfare to everyone?
Who should get it? That's the thing.
No one.
So you don't want to give welfare to anybody?
No one. But because there are people that are abusing the welfare system.
Oh yeah. I think that they should be more critical of who gets it, and like the same way
the stuff you can spend it on.
That definitely that.
So RFK was doing that.
Yeah. I like that they got rid of you can't do super sugary treats and Doritos.
So he did change it.
You can't do that.
So
with food stamps
what is
anymore.
that? How does that work? When you go buy stuff, do you just
There's usually an approved list of items that a person that's on food stamps is allowed to buy with them.
Right.
And they just took the sugary candies, the Cokes, Gatorades, shit like that. They took that stuff off of it.
Dude, that's probably why there was a guy on the street it's like a week or two ago.
Trying to sell you food stamps.
He was trying to sell food stamps. He's like, I'll give you $100 in food stamps for $20. And I was like, what?
That's the hustle.
Because now he can't spend it on whatever he wants to, I guess. And now he's trying to just get cash.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what it is. And
but that's abuse, right?
That is abuse. That's blatant because I don't believe anybody that's an adult that's able-bodied should be able to get them unless they lost their job and it's a temporary fix until they finally get a job. Mm-hmm. Because with me right now, I'm not working. I might have to file for unemployment if I don't find a job in a specific amount of time.
That wasn't even your fault either. The business you were working for shut down.
Yeah, but I also believe okay, if we all agree to live in this society and follow these fucking rules and pay into this goddamn system, whenever I'm falling down, the system should help me up. I should have healthcare. I should be able to lose a job or get injured without my entire life being fucked. That's That's what I want from the government. I don't want to be able to finesse the system or abuse it. I just want that peace of mind of knowing that if I do stumble along the way, the system that I've been paying into will have my back. But when it comes to these people that game it or take advantage of it, like the fellow that was trying to sell you food stamps, like, dude, you're not starving. If you're willing to do 100 for 20, obviously you want to buy fucking booze because you can't buy booze with food stamps.
Yeah.
So like, no, you should not be allowed. I think that some of the jobs that the government regulates should not have to require a college degree to get, so we can have more people out checking on and making sure the people that are receiving these benefits are the proper people that it should be going to. So in my example, it's like, if you have, my mom right now takes care of my niece. She works a job and she has to find somebody to take care of my niece while she's at work. Now, if the government implements some type of free daycare program for parents that work 30 hours or more and my mom qualifies, then yeah, let her do that. But if it comes from, if a parent that doesn't work at all is using that free health child care benefit, then no, you could be at home with your children all day. You're not working or anything like that. You get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying. And I do, concede my opinion, where I do believe now that you're more accurate than I was. Like, don't get rid of it for everyone, but be more strict on who does get it. But then here comes the question is, how do you be strict on 350 million people? Like, how do you like determine?
So that's what I was saying. So the government has a lot of jobs like food and safety inspector. What's another job that they like? You have to have
food and safety inspector. I mean, the woman that went across the street today, I'm sure she has a job title. When she looked across the street and was like, "There's a table out there."
Well, like the government has a lot of jobs that can be done by everyday ordinary citizens that shouldn't require a 2 or 4 year degree, that could just be trained by the government to do this job. And not only would you eliminate some of the unemployment issues, you would also be able to have the bodies that you need to enforce the regulations that you're going to implement when it comes to all these services like food stamps or like government assistance and things like that. Because I'll let you know, there's like a lot of minorities, they game the system. You get low income housing, but you also just let a bunch of your other relatives move in that are all now paying you rent while this apartment is filled to capacity.
Well, or you have 10 kids and collect money off the system. That's my thoughts with like why white people are declining.
But that's the thing, America,
because white people are actually paying for their kids. And the minorities are not paying for their kids. White people are actually paying for those minorities.
But see, in the long run, America benefits from those kids because low income families breed workers. They don't breed 9 times out of 10. They're not
making robots. We don't need.
But that's the thing. That's what America wants. They want compliant, like fat, either military personnel or fast food clerks or people that stick to the status quo, people that are just, this is what we do because we do it and we get told to do it, like the fucking bots.
Well, yeah, but what do you do whenever those robots come in and actually replace those people? Then you're going to have to get rid of that increasing birth rate.
Oh, there's going to be a rebellion soon. You
think so?
It's going to come to a boil for sure.
Like a civil war type thing?
I don't know. Either they're going to sick the robots and the drones on us or it's going to be like human versus human, to where there's people who want free will and freedom of expression and all this stuff, and people who want to be what I call the Borg, the people who conform without questioning why they're doing what they're doing. I get it a lot from like the super patriotic Republican people that just never believe that like America brought a lot of this shit on itself. I hope y'all, I don't know how y'all don't see it, but like, I don't know. God damn.
Y'all, you are America.
I am America, but I'm not a part of America that's oppressing foreign entities or other people. My goal is to stay out of the way until you fuck with me, and then now I get to fuck you up. That's my whole thing.
But I think that's also part of the reason that we're in the boat that we're in, is because good men like you have been like, just stay the fuck away from me, rather than actually like getting in the positions to solve the problem. So you have these like degenerates that are in these positions.
True.
And they're just causing more chaos rather than actually solving things.
Because The system has shown us several times. If you try to go against the grain, if you try to buck the system or anything like that, they're gonna eliminate you. And the people who go along with the bullshit, they get rewarded. And I've made a decision ever since I was 25. I'm not dying for you niggas. I'm sorry. The worst part about making social change is that you cannot do it on your own, and it takes too much to convince other people that, hey, you don't see the cage, but it's closing in on you closer and closer, day by day, year by year. And you're not going to be able to escape once it's around your neck and it's got you. And like, you need enough people to realize it and fight against it for anything that you try to tell them to matter. But at the end of the day, it's like, there's worse places on the earth to live. And if you think about those places and you compare it to here, be like, take a little bit of my freedoms. It's not that bad. But it's the same thing. We just inch by inch. Every time we would tell them like, no, we don't want Roe v. Wade being overturned. Okay, we'll just try again next year. And then it gets to a point where it's like, how many fucking times do we have to tell you that we don't want this shit? Yeah. Why do you keep sneaking it in the bills that you know people aren't going to read? Why do you keep sending these wolves in sheep's clothing? Every fucking year, I got to tell you common sense shit that I want women to have healthy abortions. And if I ever contract an STD, I would like the government to pay for it because I've been a good little boy.
Whoa. Damn. So his phone just started, what was it saying?
It did. It listened to our whole conversation.
It was listening to us and it said that he's getting frustrated or some shit. You were getting
Dude, I'm going to get carted off.
Malcolm,
you fucking carded off.
You're fine. So anyway, we got to wrap this up. My next guest will be in here. Black Magic, everyone.
At Black Magic, say the whole thing. At BLAKKK_MAGIKKK or Ralcom Moss. If you type that in, you'll be able to find me somewhere.
I think it's kind of our routine now. Yeah. Anyway, thank you for coming in, brother.
Yeah.
As always
a pleasure.
It was
Sorry,
great,
I went off the rails.
No, I loved it. It was great.
Sorry the AI got involved.
Fucking AI.